G5Jefftv, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy, support good content at all times. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at boxwithg5jefftv. That's BOXWIT G5Jefftv. And if you guys don't mind, hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. Now, I'm gonna start doing these videos on a regular basis, and it's basically taking questions from out of the comment section and basically just making videos out of the questions. Now, this video is dedicated to a subscriber to the channel, G5Jefftv family, Mr. Allen 94. Big shout out to you, bro. He asked me a question and he wanted me to do a video on it. Now, his question was in regards to Al Haymon. I'm paraphrasing, but I pretty much got it right, I think. He asked, why do African American fight fans and based YouTube channels feel like Al Haymon is the greatest and the only man in boxing? Secondly, what does Al Haymon offer that is so irresistible? And number three, why are people saying that Anthony Joshua is going to leave Eddie Hearn in Matchroom to go team up with Al Haymon? Now, I'm gonna address the Anthony Joshua part first. I personally haven't heard that Anthony Joshua was gonna leave Eddie Hearn in Matchroom for Al Haymon. Actually, there's rumors going around that Anthony Joshua is going to re-up with Eddie Hearn, and it looked like it might be like $100 million deal on the table. And then Eddie Hearn has this alleged $1 billion deal on the table for streaming. So I don't see Anthony Joshua, leaving somebody that he knows and a company that he knows for Al Haymon. So I guess you'll have to give me maybe some articles where you read that at, or some sources, but I personally haven't heard of that. And if I was Anthony Joshua, that really wouldn't make any sense to me. That wouldn't be a smart move for Anthony Joshua to move on from Eddie Hearn and Matchroom to go to Al Haymon. That answers the one question. Number two, I'm gonna have to answer both of the other questions in regards to Al Haymon at the same time because they tie in. Why do African American fight fans and YouTube based channels feel like Al Haymon is the greatest and feel like he's the only one in boxing? And what does he offer that is so irresistible? Now, there's a lot of elements to that question, and there's going to be a lot of elements to the answer. Al Haymon is a manager. I don't want to say a promoter, but he's basically a manager. And Al Haymon is basically probably the most powerful guy in boxing. But if you don't know Al Haymon before boxing, Al Haymon was one of the biggest names in the music business out, just not an artist, but just someone that just played the background. He was in business with some of the biggest musicians in the world, some of the biggest musicians in history. He basically handled like touring and things like that for musicians. He dealt with so many different music people, and that's what he's known for. Went to an Ivy League school, and he was successful in the music business, and then he moved on to boxing, and he basically got a hedge fund. He got a hedge fund that was from Waddell and Reed, and they had a lot of money, where Al Haymon had it at his disposal, and it was basically a hedge fund for him to get into boxing. So money was part of what was so irresistible to a lot of fighters, and them going over to Al Haymon. Number two, people seeing how he operated in the music business and felt like it was a really good opportunity. So that's another reason. Al Haymon also, he came into the game like just trying to take over, basically. And I'm not talking about back in the days when he had like Vernon Forrest. I'm talking about when he started PBC. That's when he had the hedge fund. That's when he had the financial backing of Waddell and Reed, which is the hedge fund company. And he really came in and was like, you know what, it's all about Al Haymon, it's all about PBC, it's all about the Al Haymon fighters. Now, if you remember, Al Haymon and Richard Schaefer was basically running Golden Boy. Like, all of Al Haymon's fighters was under Golden Boy, and Richard Schaefer was basically handling the day-to-day stuff and being in front of the camera. And boxing is a shady business. I mean, point blank period. Al Haymon and Richard Schaefer, they took all the Golden Boy's fighters. They took all the Golden Boy's fighters while Oscar De La Hoya was doing a bunch of stuff he wasn't supposed to be doing on a personal level. And that's well documented, and I don't have to say what it was. Now, once he got the fighters, and then he had the hedge fund, he had the money, now he's making power moves. And the one guy that he got was Floyd Money Mayweather. And it wasn't until Al Haymon came into the picture, Floyd Mayweather went from Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather to Floyd Money Mayweather. Mr. Allen 94, basically to get down to it, because I can go all day about Al Haymon. The thing about Al Haymon, he's an African American that has power, has success, that's making power moves, and has a lot of financial backing. As an African American, the reason why African Americans look at him, African American fight fans and African American based YouTube channels look at Al Haymon and think that he's the man, is because he represents a very small percentage of just, African American people, period. Al Haymon represents success, he represents money, he represents intelligence, he represents power. So a lot of people look at Al Haymon and practically is living through Al Haymon in a sense. And that's what Al Haymon offers. Now, another thing, Al Haymon is known to take care of his fighters financially. Al Haymon is known to basically give them business advice and things like that. And the perception is it's bigger than boxing with Al Haymon. So there's a lot of different things outside of just the financial part where Al Haymon is beneficial. I mean, go ask Andre Berto, ask Floyd Mayweather, ask all of his guys. They'll all tell you the same thing. And he almost comes off more like a father figure than anything else. And to really cap it off, you look at another African American that's been in the boxing game for years on top of years, for decades, and that's Don King. Don King is the exact opposite in terms of reputation than Al Haymon. Don King is known as a crook, as a manipulator, a guy that stole money, a guy that's very manipulative and didn't take care of his people, didn't take care of his fighters, especially his African American fighters. Like, he stole from damn near everybody And when you think of Don King, you think of that damn hair and you think of corruption. That's just what it is. So Al Haymon represents a whole lot. But like I said, I can go all day about Al Haymon. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of insight on how African American fight fans look at Al Haymon, and why some YouTube channels are, they lean towards Al Haymon more so than anybody else, because he represents a lot of different attributes that, to be honest with you, a lot of African Americans don't get an opportunity to achieve. So that's pretty much the answer to your question. So Mr. Allen 94, hope I broke it down for you enough. Get at me in the comment section, email me, you know what I'm saying? And let me know what you think. And everybody else, y'all let me know what y'all think. G5Jefftv, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.